Okay, after a very long break, I'm making these videos again. So if any of this is useful to you, please like and subscribe. Sometimes we see someone in an uncomfortable position in life and we wonder, why don't they just help themselves? Why do they stay in this place where they're clearly not enjoying life, but don't make the consistent effort required to change? Well, I think it's because it's so easy to get trapped in this valley of discomfort where someone can feel that life is so difficult that changing anything would just bring more difficulty, and so they stay where they are. Running up against the walls and going through difficulty and fear of changing something is pretty much all they can see. And these walls can be social pressure, force of habit, or just fear of the unknown. The idea of better the devil you know than the one you don't. So, behold my elite, oversimplified illustration skills. I'm going to speak in very general terms, as I believe that this applies to many people's experience, whether it's leaving an abusive relationship, getting in shape, moving to another country, anything that's a big life change. My experience in life was that the more effort I put in, the more uncomfortable things would be. And that was okay, because I believed that efforts paid off. Eventually, I reached a point in life that started to feel just a little more comfortable, and I thought I had made it to where I should be, and I could finally rest a little. But it actually started becoming more difficult than I thought it would. And in this place in life, this pattern, it was extremely difficult to break out. I had my values, my worldview, and my limited self-esteem telling me that this was the best outcome that could be, and this was my lot in life. And I don't want to be a quitter, so I remained trapped for many years. I had a complex justification for why my life looked the way it did. Eventually, after finding the situation so unbearable that I went to a therapist, I started making very uncomfortable changes to my life, which brought on even more discomfort, more than I thought I'd signed up for. But eventually, once I made it out, life got easier. Now, I don't think that things work as simply as they do in this graph. And for me, there have been many valleys of discomfort to climb out of. But when I have escaped them, life has become more natural and more straightforward. I said the word easier just now. Is easy the right word for it? In some ways, no, because I still face difficulties, often intentionally because of the benefits that facing those difficulties brings to me. But on the other hand, yes, because I have never before felt so comfortable being myself. I have never before felt like I had so much to offer the world. But I want to add that I don't think it's just a case of just put in more effort, bro. The problems I see in the gym, in dance, and in so many areas of life isn't that people are unwilling to put in effort, but that effort is spent on the wrong things. This is why guidance and positive role models are so important. I put a lot of effort in my life and sacrificed my 20s to a relationship that was pretty shit from the start because I didn't know any better. Yes, my actions are entirely my responsibility, but at that point in my life, I also didn't know what a healthy relationship looked like. I hadn't had or seen one up close, and so my efforts were focused on trying to make something that was basically failed from the start work. Until I started directing efforts into putting myself first rather than living a life of self-sacrifice, those efforts effectively went to waste. It's a fact of life that it's possible to invest really heavily in something and then lose it all. So if you are stuck in a rut, it'll take efforts to get out, but realize that it's also taking you effort right now to stay in it. And a brighter future may be possible. So seek help, break the patterns, and then do the hard work. Thank you for listening.